Howdy-ho YouTube, Major Cord here, and these are two things that are illegal inside of a public school. Why? I shouldn't really have to point that out. Yeah, that was really freaking corny, but you get the point. That wasn't really punny. I should stop. I need to cut it out. Anyway, yeah. As many of you may or may not know, I'm going to school to become a teacher. So, quite often actually, I find myself in public schools as an observer or as a student teacher, and as a result, I have two options. I can either carry none of the stuff that I find necessary and useful throughout my day, or I can find some way to modify it so that, I'm not a felon. And I've chosen to do the second. So this, after almost a year of careful consideration, planning, and shopping, is my teacher EDC, I guess you could say. And really, I guess this could apply to students as well, although I am going to say this. I am not a lawyer, legal guardian, or school administrator. Do not take advice from me. Many schools have zero-tolerance policies, which means if they catch you with anything that they don't like, be it a knifeless Leatherman, a pair of nail clippers, high heels that are too sharp and pointy, you could face serious ramifications as per school policy. So, be on the safe side, and if it's at all questionable, don't do it. As a legal adult, and, someone who's willing to face consequences as they happen, I can do this stuff. That's kind of a very slick way of saying, don't do this, kids. But yeah. Oh, printer. Okay, so first off, wallet, boring. Comb. Obviously, if I'm going to dress up and look semi-professional, I don't want my hair to be all a mess. Car keys. Got to get there, got to get back. Nothing really new and fancy about these. They have changed since my previous EDC videos, but I'm not going to go over the changes in detail because that's going to be discussed in my more recent EDC update, which will be linked to probably here, and I'm not sure in what order I'm going to post these. So, if you have no idea what I'm talking about in regards to my keys, watch that. Now for what I guess is the fun stuff. Pens! Really? No one else finds pens as fun and interesting as me? I guess you aren't teachers then. Yeah, pens are actually basically a really necessary tool of my trade, because as someone who finds myself writing a hell of a lot, I've had to test basically a lot of pens to find one that I like. I went through several Zebra models, and I haven't found one that I don't like, but I've settled on the base model, basically, their cheapest pen, the Z-Grip, which you can find in bulk at almost any store. I bought like a 12, 15, 20 pack or something like that of these at Walmart for like $5. Because, A, if I lose one, I don't care. B, they still write relatively well. They're, high quality ink. They may be disposable, but that's fine. C, this clip is strong, and it not only goes over shirt pockets and khaki pockets, but jean pockets. So I can slip these in my blue jeans and just carry it as a normal EDC pen. So this is just a good all-around disposable pen, in my opinion. If I can focus in on it. Thank you, camera. The Zebra Z-Grip. Can't remember if this is the Z-Grip Max or not, but I used to carry the Z-Grip a couple years ago just to school in general, but I know they've redesigned it since then. But it's a really comfortable pen to write with. It has... I can't believe I'm reviewing pens. It's a smooth writing pen. You know, these little ridges make it very comfortable, and it's really smooth. So, it gets the job done and it's cheap. Another pen that I really like is the Bic Atlantis, and this pen is slightly more expensive. I think the price overall works out to like $1.50 per pen, but I think it's worth it. You still get a metal clip. It's not nearly as springy, and I'm pretty sure I could torque it off if I wanted to. It's a slimmer pen overall. You still get a little grippy area. I obviously prefer black in my pens. But the biggest feature of this that I like is a silent clicky thingy. I know that's not a technical term, but the clicking function is silent, or nearly silent, when compared to a normal pen. And for a nervous clicker like me, you know, someone who just, you know, they get a clicky pen in their hand and they're sitting there doing this all day, this pen is freaking awesome. You know, if I need something to fidget with, I'll just take this out and I can silently click it and no one knows. Not to mention, it's just a really classy looking pen, and I have a set of these in black, blue, and red, so I can grade papers and still have one of my favorite pens. And I don't have it here because I'm not grading anything over my break, but my favorite red pen of choice is actually the Pilot G2 in red, so it's a gel pen. I actually haven't tried the Pilot normal G2 in black, but I might, just because I do like the way those write. And I always carry just a standard Bic. I think this is 7 or 0.7 millimeter mechanical pencil. I have like 30 of these lying around my room, and I just always stash 1 or 2 on me. One, so I can loan it to a student if they happen to need it, because there's always going to be someone who needs a pen or pencil, and I found it's one of the most satisfying feelings in the world when you have a student who wants to stand up and disrupt your lesson, to sharpen a pencil 5 or 6 times, and you can just say, here, use this. It's a very satisfying feeling. And secondly, I always like to have a loaner because kids are full of germs, and, you know, I don't necessarily need this back. If they use it, they can just keep it. I have more. So these are cheap. And again, they're decently high quality for the price. So, now that I spent 8 minutes talking about pens, you want to see some knives and flashlights. Well, you're not going to see any knives, but you are going to see a multi-tool, and that would be the Leatherman Style PS. Yes, a nice little Leatherman comes equipped with spring-loaded pliers, a set of tweezers, if I can stick those back in there, and a nail file with a little screwdriver tip, along with scissors. And this tool has served me just fine in the capacity of a bladeless EDC tool. It is perfectly legal to carry in a school, as far as I'm aware. I mean, there's no knife, so we're good there. You know, scissors are something that every school has. And the schools I've been in, I've actually seen janitors with folding razor knives, so they're obviously not too concerned with that law, but I play it safe and just go with something that is completely bladeless, TSA approved at that, and is just, you know, completely good and legal. And I really haven't had to use it thus far, but it's good to know that I have it and that it's there. And it's a good peace of mind knowing that I'm still equipped with some sort of tool capability should I need it. This, on the other hand, though, is a good little piece of kit that I am glad I purchased, and those of you who have seen my previous video on it are probably shaking your heads and wondering why the hell is he holding a Maglite Solitaire. And if you look closely, you will see why. That is why. This is the Maglite Solitaire LED. They've taken this light and they've stuck an LED in it, and I think this is running now 34, 35, possibly 40 lumens. This is a good light. I have not reviewed it yet, and in fact I made an unboxing video way back when I got it 2 months ago or so, and I actually never uploaded it, so sorry about that. I'll have to do that. But this is a light that I wholeheartedly recommend, and it's just light years better than its predecessor. The LED upgrade made all the difference. The form factor is such that I can throw it in a pair of slacks and carry it all day with no problem. Because when I'm wearing slacks, I hate clipping anything to the pockets. I generally will carry like a Swiss Army knife and just this flashlight when I'm carrying a knife. And then once I have to go into a school, I will replace the blade with this. So I just hate things printing in my slacks, and I don't want to tear up the pockets. But this is just such a nice, lightweight little light, and it covers all my general EDC lighting needs. I mean, during the daytime, I'm not going to need more than this to see around, under a desk or something. So this is definitely more than capable. I think that about covers it. We have now seen inside the pockets of at least one teacher. And, this is what I choose to carry. This is the carry that I have refined at this date and time. So, as of March 2013, this is what I'm carrying when I am shoving information into the brains of young students. But, as you can see, it's nothing really complex, so leaving out my normal EDC essentials, we're talking some pens and pencils, car keys, and a flashlight, and a completely bladeless Leatherman. And, whatever I happen to have on my body, so my watch. But, yeah, other than that, I think that covers it. Thank you very much for watching. Take care.